Good evening, guys. I just wanted to go over the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines again. Remember that parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have opposite, inverse, or reciprocal slope. Notice the same and the opposite inverse. So we're going to practice on some of these. You want to determine whether or not these are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So again, you need to look at the slopes, and these slopes are the same. So they are parallel. Notice the symbol. It looks like two L's for parallel. In the next problem, look at the slopes. This slope is a -1, slopes of 1, slopes of 2 is 1. These are opposite reciprocals, so these lines are perpendicular. In the third one, gee, I'll bet you anything it's going to be a neither, but I can't tell until I solve for y. So on the first one, I'm going to add 2x to both sides, and on the second one, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Taking a look at the slopes, these are not the same, nor are they opposite reciprocals, so this is a neither. And hopefully that will make enough sense to you. What about example number 4? Looking at the slopes, they are reciprocals, but they're not inverses, so this also would be a neither. Looking at example 5, these are the same slopes, so they are parallel. In example 6, I have to solve for y. So on the first one, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Then I'm going to divide each term by 3. So y is equal to a -2/3 x plus 6. It doesn't matter so much about the y-intercept as much as it does about the slope. So in the second one, 6x minus 4y equals to 16. I'm going to not add 4y, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. 4y is equal to a -6x plus 16. Divide all of the components by 4. Y is equal to a -6/4, which is a -3/2 x plus 4. And if I take a look at these, then I have the two slopes. They are not opposite. They are neither. Getting the hang of how to do this, it's really not quite so bad. Now if we look at writing an equation, well, I have the slope of the first equation being 1/2. So the slope of the second equation, if I want it to be parallel, is also going to be 1/2. So y is equal to 1/2 x plus a new y-intercept. I'm going to take these points and I'm going to plug them in. 0 is equal to 1/2 times 4 plus b. 0 is equal to 2 plus b, so b must be equal to a -2. And my new equation then y is equal to 1/2 x minus 2. Not so bad. Now let's take a look at the next one. Here, I want it perpendicular, so I have 2y plus 3x equals to 10. 2y is equal to a negative 3x plus 10, and I'm dividing everything by 2. Y is equal to a negative 3/2 x plus 5. So I want a slope. The slope of this one is a negative 3/2. So the slope of the perpendicular would be 2/3. Opposite inverse. So now my new equation, y is equal to 2/3 x plus b, and it's going through the origin. So 0 is equal to 2/3 times 0 plus b. 0 equals to b. So my new equation, y is equal to 2/3 x. And that is the line that is perpendicular. If you need to prove that to yourself, you can go ahead and graph them, which is what we're going to do. Number 9 I'm going to leave to you. We're going to look at number 10. So 4y minus 5x equals to 8. 4y is equal to 5x plus 8. If I'm dividing by 4, I divide each term. Y is equal to 5/4 x plus 2. So my slope is 5/4. Let's graph this one. I start at 2, and then I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, use some kind of straight edge. Go all the way through the graphing and label. Y is equal to 5/4 x plus 2. Now I want the perpendicular. So the slope of the perpendicular is a negative 4/5. So I have y is equal to a negative 4/5 x plus b. I'm going to solve for b because I need to know what my y-intercept is. So in order to do that, I'm going to multiply each term by 5. And let's get rid of this fraction. 5y is equal to a negative 4x plus 5b. Now I'm going to plug in the points. So I have 5 times a negative 1 is equal to a negative 4 times a negative 5 plus 5b. So a negative 5 is equal to 20 plus 5b. A negative 25 is equal to 5b. b is equal to a negative 5. So I'm going to start at a negative 5, and I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay. And I started at a negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that... Oh, that's a negative slope. Whoops! No wonder it didn't look right. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks better. I go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here is my graph that is perpendicular, be sure to put that, y is equal to negative 5/4 x minus 5. Okay? I think you get the idea of what to do here. If you have any questions, be sure to ask tomorrow. See you tomorrow.